In today's episode, we see what happens when unknown eldritch entities show up to snack on our electrical energy. And things escalate when both the FBI and the CAI work overtime to cover up the existence of these new creatures. Alright, what is up? Back with another analog horror reaction, and this time we got Grid Parasites by Rico Cilliers. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'll have his stuff in the description as usual. But yeah, this is another one of those ones I found entirely by random, just scrolling on YouTube and stuff. And I watched like the first minute of this first one just to, get a sense of what we're getting into. And it seems like it could be pretty interesting. So yeah, just on a glance, it seems to focus on these big, almost like eldritch entity looking monsters that seem to feast on our power sources. Like I said, I only got a minute in, so that's all I got. But yeah, it looks good, so let's check it out. Could be a sleeper hit. That's what I'm hoping for. Oop. Original government leaked footage. Date unknown. Location unknown. Type. Oop. Already committing the cardinal sin of not giving me enough time to read without pausing. Type unknown. Possible heat absorption. Estimated grid impact unknown. So far, I think grid refers to some sort of power grid. And yeah, that would explain them being called grid parasites because they just show up and feed on the energy. Or the power. Power to the parasites. Nope. There he is. Baby Cthulhu just kind of sucking all the power juice out there. It's a real inconvenience, but it's kind of cute. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, it's not. I'm already chill with this one for some reason. He's not hurting anybody. Let's just give him some of the power juice. They'll probably be chill. And we won't have an apocalypse on our hands, Yeah, this is about where I stopped. Yeah, it seems based on the way they're handling it and the thing before where they had a type section, even though it was unknown, kinda says to me that they've dealt with these things before in this universe. They're just kind of a known thing here. So yeah, sighting GPO1, date July 1988, location Nelson River, DC line, type 500, some kilovolt, not entirely sure, DC, whatever that means in this case. Estimated grunt impact low. Okay, so it's not even that bad. He's just charging his cell phone. It's like a little toddler Cthulhu just came down, needed to charge its phone up so it could go back to playing Angry Birds. Or Flappy Bird, Oh. I did not expect any first-person segments here. Okay. Is this gonna be just some random dumbass walking up to it? I gotta go check out the giant parasite. All my buddies back home will dab me up for this. Why don't you keep whipping back around? You're too paranoid, man. If you were gonna be this antsy, you shouldn't have came out. Oop. Hello. Okay, they really do have that kind of eldritch being style, don't they? I can't remember the name of it, but there's one that this one is super similar to. Man, I gotta catch back up on my eldritch entity lore. I'm real behind. Okay, so I think this is the one that last blue screen was referring to. So this one has a low impact. I guess it would make sense if it's getting enough energy just on these power lines. But I mean, so far they seem to be chill. The first one didn't seem to cause any issues. Although it may have been sucking a ton of power, I don't know. But yeah, this dude's just charging his phone. Let's leave him be. It's the only time eldritch entities ever visit Earth. It's the only place they can get a charge. Okay. That's just so stupid, but just the angle on this as it went down, I don't know. I saw it as the thing smoking a joint. He's just hanging up there, getting blazed, charging his phone. I don't know why that's what I saw it. It was just a giant joint. Damn, this outer being's actually pretty chill. You do get 16 new eyes and tentacles every time he passes the joint to you, but other than that, he's great. Okay. Now just to see if the cameraman gets out unscathed. to see how chill they really are. Oh, it's actually quite different from that angle. Assuming that's the same one, which I think it is. Don't get too close, bud. Ooh. Appears to have some kind of skeletal structure in the upper body and limbs, but not the lower tentacles. Yeah. I concur with those assessments. Blue screen. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look quite as similar to whatever I was thinking from this angle. From this angle, it looks like a giant face hugger, kinda. Oop, not from this angle. He's, ah, dang it. I don't know what they're called, but the fish people from, like, Baldur's Gate 3 and D&D. He's got some interesting stuff to tell you about Buow. GP01 does not seem to be affected by high direct current voltages and does not appear to conduct any current. Oh, GP02. Date July 1991. Location somewhere near Son of a fucking gun. I censor one word to say the worst word. That's how we do that. Near Nelson River Bipole 1. Okay, this one's only 115, so he seems... Okay, I would think weaker, but actually, grid impact is medium. So I don't know how these things work at all. Okay, is this the same dude just going up to all of them? This is for his YouTube channel. Oh. Yeah, that one I would not get anywhere near. I know I shouldn't judge just off looks, but I don't trust that one. That one doesn't look like it'd be chill. The spines on the back appear to aid with heat dissipation. Long, thin arms used for feeding. Tail is used for grip and balance. For grip, eh? Got that eldritch grip. Grip and tear. That's what he says, right? Okay, never mind. Looking at his face up close, he's kind of got a derpy smile, actually. I'm not worried about him anymore. Maybe they are all chill, actually. I'm basing that off his smile. In 5 seconds, he's gonna, like, lunge at the camera or something. And I don't know why I've called all of them he so far. That's not... Some types of parasites seem to exclusively prefer AC lines, while other types... Son of a... How fast do you think I read? Because it's not very fast, I'll tell you. Seem to exclusively prefer AC lines, while other types will only feed on DC power. Okay, great. But yeah, it's like, it's their food, so they have preferences. So I'm taking that. I have no idea if it's true or not. Okay, I like that. For one of these, like, short, little, like, less than 5-minute ones, I think that was pretty damn good. Just immediately introduce you to the premise, show you a few of these creatures. It's nothing too crazy, but that's fun. And yeah, the assessment at the beginning seemed to be pretty spot on. There are these monsters that seem to have always existed in this universe, or at least at the current time, they're just a regular thing they deal with, that seem to exclusively feed on our power sources as their, like, food. And just based on this first episode, they might not be hostile unless, like, messed with. I know that's the mistake I make in a bunch of series early on when we don't see the monster or whatever act violent yet, and then I get proven wrong. But I don't know, we'll see. Because I feel like unless provoked, these guys do seem pretty chill. Okay, got Grid Parasites Part Dose. Let's get in it. And I know you're not going to give me enough time. I'm pre-pausing. Pre-pausing. In 1993, the small town of Hollow Creek, Minnesota experienced an unexplained week-long blackout. Officials couldn't identify the cause. Local power companies were baffled, and no issues were found with the grid. Why is grid like that? The monster's just trying to obscure the word grid with their energy powers. You really fooled me, guys. I can't figure this out at all now. The gritty. Around the same time, numerous reports were made about mysterious creatures seen near power lines and other infrastructure in the area. Hey, I got that one. Okay, that's a new one. This dude looks straight out of The Mist. Stephen King style. Or, no, actually, it's like those giant... It's like... I don't know what they're called, but those things in I think it was Morrowind? The big long leg... I don't know if they're insects or whatever the hell they were, but I vaguely remember something like that in Morrowind, I think. Sighting GP04, date August 1995, Winton, Minnesota. Son of a gun. I guess it's just not expected that people are reading this out loud. High voltage AC line, grid impact high. Okay. So we might be getting to more dangerous ones. And it might be the thing that even though they're not necessarily hostile, that sucking the energies, you know, if it gets to a certain point, you kind of can't allow that. So I could see this one being the first to cause issues. Whatever you're getting paid to, like, trek out to all these things, I guarantee you it's not enough. Your YouTube career isn't worth it. I promise. So I assume this one's going to be the thing we saw earlier, but maybe not. Be interesting. It's just that tree right there somehow. Okay, this one's shy. I can respect that. I'll let you come out on your own time. That's actually a good looking close up. I don't know jack shit about animation, but just for stuff I've seen, that tree actually looks pretty damn good close up, and so does like the grass. Better than a lot of other stuff I've seen, at least. Okay, it is those. I did not expect there to be multiple. Ooh. Okay, is that it, like, sucking the power up? That glowing? It's kind of like Godzilla charging his, like, atomic breath vibes. I'd get out of the area. Ooh. I'm guessing those are like little antenna. I feel like he's just kind of like feeling the air. Once again, why have I dubbed them all he? Like, I don't... Where did that come from? Oh, you know that's a dude. Some kind of gas pocket. That's how I know, because of the gas pocket. Limbs for feeding and stabilizing, tentacles for sensing. Okay, so they are like antenna tentacles. And tentacles. Tentenna. Yeah, we'll work on it later. Size kill. Okay, so that one's bigger than the others. Yeah, kind of already could tell that. Oh, okay, that's it for that one. That felt a lot quicker than the other one. It's only like a minute shorter, so, you know, probably due to less yapping on my part. Okay, only one more video left. So let's just check that out, then we can yap some more, which I'm sure you all love. The red light incident. One of the eldritch entities went down to the red light district. The grid anomalies appear to be spreading and outages have increased substantially. Incidents have reported across Europe and North America. Son of a gun. The official narrative from the government never changes. They keep citing technical issues. That sounds about right. In 1996, numerous reports were made of a unique incident in a small town believed to be located in Western Europe. Residents and local news reported strange lighting anomalies and power interruptions. The following footage was later leaked online. They really couldn't just start from, like, you know, the meat of it. Gridparasites.com. I love that the Parasites have their own website. I like to think one of them made it. Baby Cthulhu put this up. Either that or the Stoner one. Stoner Buow. I've decided to start my own investigation into these unusual phenomena, especially since I found out there seem to be various free-letter agencies that are very interested in keeping the whole thing quiet. So I assume that's like, you know, CIA, FBI, other. There's definitely a concerted effort to cover up a lot of details about the recent wave of electrical outages and other grid-related incidents. I think the government is trying to prevent any real information from getting out, but at this point there's been so many eyewitness accounts, photos, even video clips floating around on the World Wide Web, and I, for one, think it's obvious there's something really weird going on. I won't be silenced, and I've committed to sharing as much information as I can about these parasites. Well, thank you so much, anonymous keyboard warrior. Ooh, so that one was just like on like a little power box. According to various reports, it seems that whatever this is was able to drain so much electricity from the hydroelectric plant that they had to reroute power from other facilities. Just think about that for a moment. This entity is able to consume energy on a level that would instantly kill any other living organism, and it's not even close. Yeah, okay, so even though they seem to be non-hostile, they're gonna fuck shit up. Like, they can't just be, like, causing outages everywhere. So, yeah, I kind of see how these guys are an issue. Ooh, getting a close-up on that one. Okay, that was quick. Big boy. One of the initial photographs apparently taken in Hollow Creek, Minnesota. Not much to say about this one. Okay, then let's move on. Ooh, what? Huh. It's like they infect the... Interesting. They infect the power sources somehow? Okay, the name Parasites are really, really apt. So this was also sent to me a while ago, and it's a bit unusual in the sense that it looks like some kind of passive flora, not fauna. While passive in the sense that it doesn't actively move. Not so passive in the sense that it seems to destroy the pylon it's attached to. I've speculated that these are only the eggs of some of the larger creatures, and they were only laid there as to be close to the food source. Okay, that makes sense. And is also worrying. And why are they messing with the footage? Baby Cthulhu, no. I don't have games on my phone. Please. Oh. Is this one of the entities, or is this one of those free-letter agencies trying to shut you down? Feels like entity behavior, though. That'd be interesting. They're smart enough to know that, like, someone's plotting against them, and they're gonna, like, preemptively act, maybe. Okay, that looked like the room of a teenager, much less, like, some rebel fighting against these, like, agencies. Although it would be apt for it to be, like, an angsty teenager. I'm gonna fight the man. Truth to power. I'm with you, kid. What? Wait, this is the person that's been filming all the videos. Okay. And that's terrible placement. Like, right in the middle of, like, the walkway. Like, you couldn't have scooched that forward or back a little? You know, city planner guys. That's so awkward. But yeah, I was about to question how this dude's immediate response is to go outside when this weird shit starts happening. But now that I know it's the person from the first video, I'm not surprised. What is... I have to assume one of them's nearby, like, eating the power from, like, the quote-unquote grid they're on. Seems a dog may have already spotted it. Quick on the uptake. Doggy dog. I like that nobody else is alerted, though. It's happening to the whole neighborhood, and people are just like, eh. Ooh. Sound like the predator sneaking up on him. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that one. I would not be so close. Once again. Although, I guess if he doesn't mess with it, it might not be likely to do anything. Oh, ooh, that one's kind of like a snail-like in the face. Yeah. Or slug. I think it's slug. I'm thinking of. This Gary-looking motherfucker. Go back to Bikini Bottom, bro. Ooh, I don't like the sound it makes either. Its head just stretching all the way over here. Ooh. Okay. I was gonna say the first one that seems to go after somebody, but honestly, even then, it just kind of seemed curious. Either it saw him and it was curious, or it, wanted the power from his camera. That's my 2 cents anyways. Unclear what the spines are for, perhaps heat dissipation or some kind of warning mechanism. Tough, leathery shell, unique snail-like eyes and neck are retractable. Smaller tentacles around the man around the man. So it is a he. I was right, around the man. Are also snail-like. Tentacles seem to be completely immune to high voltages, perhaps also retractable. Some of the things read like they're like selling points on an ad. Like a car. This model, the eyes and neck are retractable, just like the tentacles. You don't get that on the other models. Okay, that one's in between. Well, I guess that would make sense. They're ranked by size, it appears. Okay, that was cool. That was definitely a fun little series. I'm glad I found that. I like how, it really cut to the chase, and there was very little, fat, so to speak. It was just like, okay, here's the one thing, here's the next. And while there wasn't, a ton going on story-wise, it did, ramp up in, stakes. At first, they're here, they're kind of chill, it doesn't seem that big an issue. But then it's okay, they're eating a ton of power, it's a huge issue. And then it's okay, and world governments are trying to cover it up. So I don't know, there's a lot going on there. I really like, especially how the monsters seem to just kind of show up and snack on power when no one's looking. But other than that, 3 episodes in, no sign of them being hostile. So they could be really chill, unless provoked. It just might be that we need to provoke them because they're eating all our energy. But yeah, no, that's a fun one. If a new episode drops, I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, thanks to everyone for watching, and especially my members. Hopefully I see all you guys on the next one. But yeah, that's it for now. Peace.